Hello, everybody out there, all the learners, all the hungry people who want to learn leadership. So, here it is, a session on leadership. Well, I'm Shamit Pillay. I am a senior leader in a multinational organization, and I love the topic leadership. It's something which is an integral part of me, and I love to teach it, learn it, and tell it to people. And it's a joy to be with all of you over there. Kushbu, Saurabh, Henna, welcome to this session. And I can only congratulate you for your hunger to know about this topic, for your hunger to learn about this topic. And I believe today that some of you sitting out there are going to be future leaders. You are going to be future leaders in many respects. And I thank you for joining right now. I think there's a bad connection right here, but I hope you all are receiving the signs well. I'm getting a bad connection notification, but I guess it'll be fine. So here it is, guys. I would first like to thank Unacademy for giving this opportunity. Unacademy for giving this opportunity to teach leadership to all of you, to talk about the subject called leadership. And it's a wonderful joy to be with all of you. So how are we going to approach this subject? Well, today we are going to talk about fundamentals, and going ahead we are going to talk about in the future sessions about more details about it, about the topic called leadership. So firstly, let me begin it this way. Can you become a cricketer without playing cricket? Can you become a footballer without playing football? Can you become a gymnast without doing gymnastics? So how can you become a leader without practicing leadership? If you do not know how to hold a bat and you try to play cricket, you may end up looking miserable. How do you become a leader? How do you understand what leadership is all about? Right? So here we are trying to understand the subject called leadership. And today we will focus on the fundamentals of it. We're going to focus on the basics of leadership. What I feel today is there is a lot of need for good leadership. India is having a mean age of late 20s, maybe 27, 28. There are a lot of young people out there, and there are a lot of budding leaders out there. You all can be great leaders for this nation in your respective fields. But to do that, you need to understand what is leadership. To do that, you need to understand how to reach over there. And that's the key. I'll give you an example. What do you think of Sachin Tendulkar as a batsman and Sachin Tendulkar as a captain? What do you think of Mahendra Singh Dhoni as a batsman and Mahendra Singh Dhoni as a captain? Right? So it means that not necessarily if you have all the skill, you could be a great leader. Leadership demands a different set of skill sets. You could be a great batsman, but not necessarily a great leader. You could be a great leader, but not necessarily a very, very technically correct batsman. So it's important to understand what leadership is all about. It's important to understand what does it take to be a great leader. Right? And we are not going to any political debates over here. This is about understanding the subject called leadership. So to all those who are sending some political comments, it's not the intended scope of this discussion over here. When you go to school, you learn mathematics. When you go to school, you learn science, you learn history, you learn languages, you learn various things when you go to school. But do you learn leadership? Do we learn leadership in colleges? Do we learn leadership in our organization? Perhaps, yes, armed forces is one place where some amount of leadership is taught, but apart from that, in schools, I've not come across many schools having a curriculum on leadership. Even when you talk of business schools, they are more focused into the technicals of it, but not exactly into the topic called leadership. So let me begin with my first question. And yes, I can see Sandeep, you're typing something about introvert and being a good leader. We'll take that as we go ahead, and those things are there in this discussion. Let me come with the first question. How do you define leadership? Let me rephrase it. What is leadership? And this is a question to all those viewers who are right now watching live. And you can go to the message box and type your answers. Make sure it is short and crisp. What is leadership in your understanding? Yes, I see leadership is available to everyone. Someone saying it's available to everyone. Yes, it is. Any other answers, inputs? Can lead the whole team towards an goal? Yes, a leader can, but what is guiding everyone in the right direction? Leader is one who gives some hope to all. Leader is leading your countrymen, ability to convince a group efficiently, is taking a step forward and represent a group, is a way to give direction to followers, demands dominant, vision. Well, there are lots and lots of answers coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Leadership is a quality which can help majority achieve a goal, having high IQ. Well, fantastic inputs, great inputs. Alpha male, wow, you're getting into personalities, So excellent inputs. Let me give you another challenge. Leadership is a kind of representing something, someone saying knowledgeable, who have common goals. A lot of inputs coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those answers. Leader is one who achieves his goal by anyhow. Lead a group of persons in a direction. Leader who give vision to achieve a goal in an efficient way. Okay, so let me throw you another challenge. And this is interesting. Can you define leadership in one word? So here's your challenge. Type one word and give an answer. One word answer of what is leadership. One word answer to what is leadership. Somebody says attitude. I'm saying one word answer. Not name. Leadership is leadership, representative. A leader is someone who knows the way, visionary, need a tutor, success, calm, composed. You're talking of qualities. Motivator, you're talking of qualities. I'm saying define leadership in one word. Representation, visionary, being yourself. These are all qualities. Belief, coordination. One word answer of what is leadership. Responsibility, confidence, mission, faith, creative, teacher. Excellent. Lots of responses coming in. Lots of responses coming in. Keep going, keep going. I want one answer for what is leadership. Now, a hint, do not type a quality. Do not type an individual quality, because that's not the answer over here we're looking for. Frontier, role model, can lead, passion, learner, virtue, what you want to see, guidance, visionary. Again, we're getting into qualities, management, king, leader, visionary. We are getting into qualities, but what is leadership? Success, good coordinator. Excellent try, excellent try. Wonderful answers. Getting a bad connection is what I'm told here, but hoping it should get better any moment right now. Supervision, confidence, effort, developing our surrounding, leadership. Okay, so here I give you the answer. Lots of interesting tries, so let me give you the answer. Leadership, and hold your answers for a moment. Leadership is nothing but influence. Leadership is nothing but influence. It's about influence. And if you talk in Hindi, it'll be used, a word will be used called prabhav. Leadership is influence. So you can clearly say leadership is equal to influence, and influence is equal to leadership. That's how you define leadership. Think why. I'll get into that more. Think why, when you are in a class and there is a professor or there is a teacher, some subjects seem very easy for the whole class and the whole class just soars high. They do wonderfully well in certain subjects. Whereas for some other teachers or professors, you all struggle, people struggle, they struggle to do well in these subjects. Why is it? Have you ever thought of this? Why is it that certain organizations really succeed under the astute leadership of certain people? Certain divisions in business really thrive under the leadership of certain people. Certain families do very well. So here is my tip to you. If you see an organization not doing well, if you see a class not doing well, if you see an organization not doing well, if you see a family maybe not doing very well, chances are the weakness lies in the leadership. And that's where it needs to be addressed. Because someone said a beautiful thing some time back, and it says that everything in life rises and falls with leadership. Everything in life. And that's wonderful. I truly believe this, and I really enjoy the saying that everything in life rises and falls with leadership. If you're following some sports teams, maybe football, maybe cricket, you can see that. How some teams thrive under certain leaders and some teams do not. So leadership is there to make a huge difference in what is the success parameter of a team. So now that we have answered the question, what is leadership? Let me get to the next one. And before I get to the next one, it's important that all of us understand this foundational principle of what is leadership. And leadership is nothing but influence. And we'll get into more as to how do you influence people, how do you get your influence wider and stronger and deeper. We'll get more into that. But we'll a bit later. Right now we have addressed the question that leadership is an influence, and that is what leadership is all about. So let's come to a leader. Who is a leader? Type in your responses on the message board. Who is a leader? How do you define who is a leader? I'm waiting for your responses. And I encourage you to come on the screen on the message board and type in your responses and the answers to who is a leader. We'll get into this as to who is a leader. We have handled what is leadership, and now we go into who is a leader. A leader is an influencer, says Sarthak. Just an example, sir. Okay, a leader could be your cricket captain. I said, who is a leader? So you need not take names, especially controversial names on leaders, but just take name of who is a leader. So let me give you the answer. One who can motivate teammates, one who can change the thoughts, very good. One who leads, good, very good thoughts. Very good thoughts. These are some qualities a leader should have. Person with managerial skill, great attitude, a person who leads or commands a group, organization or country, benchmarker, can influence the whole team. Leader is a person who can inspire, beautiful, leads the crew, well-known person in public, one who leads towards goal, excellent answer. So a leader is a person, let me give you the answer in short, a leader is a person who has followers. A person who doesn't have followers is not a leader. So the basic understanding of a leader is a person who has followers. Without followers, you are not a leader. You're not leading anybody. So only when you're leading a group of people do you call yourself as a leader. So let's go to the next question, which is, how is a leader made? And this is one of the most important questions we are getting into. How is a leader made? In colleges, engineering colleges, you make engineers, right? In medical colleges, you make doctors. In management schools, you make business professionals. You have in a law school making lawyers. So where do you learn leadership? How is a leader made? How do you make a leader? And I believe all of you over there right now listening to this, right now watching this, right now sending your comments, you are hungry to know this more. And I believe you have the seed inside you. I believe you have the potential inside you. I believe you are one of those future leaders for this great nation. And that's where my question comes is, how is a leader made? Where do you make a leader? If you want to become a lawyer, you know where to go. You want to go to the law school and you'll become a lawyer. You want to become a doctor, go to a medical school and you will become a good doctor. You want to become a business professional, you go to a management school. But where do you go to become a leader? How do you become a leader? Somebody said, watch YouTube. Yeah, maybe. By being humble and being yourself. A leader is born. Beautiful answer. A leader is born. Beautiful answer, Manoj. So any other thoughts, any other inputs from people out there as to how do you become a leader or where do you become a leader? So let me give this. Leadership comes at birth. It's a quality which can be defined that he can influence the bunch of people. Yes. Good answers. By following a heart for goodwill. Good answers. Leader is made through experience, by learning leadership skill, by practicing. Excellent answer. Follower who has many followers, confident and having a vision. Challenge makes a leader because he deserves to be so. Creates itself, it's a quality. Leadership is natural. Moral, ethics, problems, circumstances. Wow. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your answers. Thank you so much. You guys are thinking. You guys have potential. You guys are great. You have it in you. Yes. So let me give you a story now. Let me come to a story. And this was a research done in the United States of America. They got together 100 top leaders. 100 top leaders were gathered together. And they were asked just one question. How did you become a leader? 100 top people were brought together, 100 top leaders, and they were asked a simple question. How did you become a great leader? It's like going and asking our cricket captain Virat Kohli, how did you become a cricketer? How did you become a great cricketer? Or asking Sunil Gavaskar or Sachin Tendulkar. So it was 100 people and they were asked, how did you become a great leader? And their answers were three types. There were three answers only, not many. 5% said they became a leader by accident. 5%. 10% said they were born a leader. So that means 15% gone. And the 85%, balance 85% had just one answer. And believe me, they were all great leaders. 85% of the great leaders giving one answer to what made them a great leader. I'll repeat, first 5% said it was by accident. The next 10% said they were born, which means 85% were not born, they were not by accident. But there was some reason why all of them became great leaders. And they all said one thing: we became great leaders by following or under the tutelage of a great leader. You learn leadership best when you are under the mentorship of a leader, a great leader. That's the best way to teach leadership. That's the best way to learn leadership. And that's what the 85% said. So what does that bring us to today? Which brings us to two important conclusions. First, that leadership can be learned by following a good leader, by being in close proximity to a great leader, by being a mentee to a great leader, and you can be coached by a great leader. And the second important thing, and which is most important to all of you, is that all of you have the potential to become a great leader. Each one of you out there has the potential to become a great leader. Each one of you. If every one of you can be in that 85%, if you are under the tutelage of a good leader, if you are under the mentorship of a great leader, you can become one. It's not something beyond you. You don't need to be born with it. It could be by accident for just 5%. It could be by birth for 10%. But for 85% of the people, it is and is by following a great leader. So I believe that each one of you today who's watching this, who's responding, can be a great leader. A great leader in your respective field. A great leader in your work. A great leader in your family. A great leader in your society. Who knows, I'm talking to the next big leaders of this nation. Who knows, one of you can go on ahead to become one of the greatest leaders of this nation. It's because first step is to understand what is leadership. What is leadership? And there are many things to leadership. Let me begin. We are just beginning. We have just scratched the surface. There are many things to leadership. There are laws to leadership. There are laws. There's a law of gravity, we all know. So if anything you throw on the air will come down to earth. That's the law of gravity. If somebody says, I don't believe the law of gravity, all you need to say is go to the top of a building, 4-story, jump down. In no time, you'll know that the law of gravity exists. Similarly, there are laws in leadership. There are ladders in leadership. There are laws which govern it. There are ladders which take you to next level. So there are levels in leadership, and you can get to the next level and to the next level and to the next level. But to do that, you need to know what are those levels. You need to know what are those laws. You need to know what are those principles. How do you follow it? Now here's my take to you. We are towards the end of it right now. So here's my take to you. If you have a great leader you can follow, you can be under his tutelage, you can learn leadership. But in case you do not, what do you do? And here I would like to thank Unacademy. It's a brilliant platform. It's a platform accessible to the entire country. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Fiona, Sashank, Aaron, all those people behind. I may not be knowing all the names, but a big thank you to all of you. Because you have made it possible for all the people today watching this live, and maybe if you're watching a recording of it, to be able to harness your potential in leadership, to become the future leader of this nation, to become a future leader in your office, to become a future leader in your society, to have that influence into so many people's lives, to add value to so many lives. Thank you, Unacademy. Thank you so much. And now to all those viewers, we can be in touch, connect with me. Give me your feedback. What did you feel of this session wherein we learn what is leadership? Who is a leader? How do you become a leader? And there's a long journey to go. There's a long journey to go because we need to learn the laws of leadership. We need to understand the principles of leadership. We need to understand the ladder of leadership. There are many things to understand. And we'll be there. We'll be coming on live time and again and taking these topics. So spread the word on leadership. Tell your friends you can be a potential leader. If you're sitting next to one, tell him you can be a leader. You can be a great leader. You need to go and tell to all of them. And this is my message to all of you. All of you, believe in yourself. You can become a great leader. And we'll be there with you, helping you become one. Because I'll be coming on live and telling you much more about leadership. So thank you all for joining this session. A big thank you to Unacademy. It was wonderful having you on board, seeing your answers. A big God bless and wish you the best in your life. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.